Well, hey everyone, it's Marcus and welcome to more Zooming in the Jungle Room. Today I'm getting all the way over to Tasmania. I haven't actually done a Zoom there before, so it's my very first time. I'm really excited because today I'm speaking to Bully. Hey, Bully, how are you?
Hello, I'm very well, thanks, mate. Yeah, lovely to be here.
And you know what? I think our temperature is pretty much equal at the moment, just bloody cold.
Oh, I should have my words then. Yeah.
Now, hey, the reason why we are chatting is because you have just brought out your very first single released to the wide world. It is called Wash Off the World. Tell us all about it. What's inspired it?
Well, geez, it's a bit of an existential dread. It was probably caused by, which was the feeling of running on the wheel like a hamster, being trapped in the social construct, and that most of us are on that wheel. And so I don't know. I just had this urge one day to jump out of a car and just run and dive into the ocean and forget about it. Some kind of cold water therapy. Yeah.
So obviously, you live in Tasmania. You were born in Tasmania, yeah?
Yeah. I think I'm a sixth generation Tasmanian.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Yes, I've been here my whole life and almost left a few times, usually in the dead of winter. Um, Always decided to stay. It's good, kind of chill, nice, beautiful place to live.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you can get away for a few holidays into the warmer climates, it's good.
Well, that's definitely not Adelaide right now. Maybe think about Queensland. In fact, I'm actually off to Bali on Saturday, so you know what? I'm getting out. Come out with me, it'll be fine.
Pretty awesome. Yeah.
So, what's the music scene like in Tasmania?
Pretty good. Yeah, there's a lot of singer-songwriters down here. But you're getting a few wins now. You know, the Wolf Brothers, the country music scene. They're absolutely smashing it. Yeah, but no, it's pretty good. It's quite boutiquey, like in some ways. So you're getting like really quality songwriters down here, but really intimate shows a lot as well. So.
And do you find as your career is going to get bigger and bigger, and we'll talk about, you know, some upcoming stuff in a minute, but as your career is getting bigger and bigger, do you find that you are able to stay in Tasmania, or are you in a position where you might be able to move around, you know, go with the flow of the career?
Yeah, look, for me, my sights are more fixed interstate, like in terms of touring.
Yep.
So I'd almost thought of like in the early days of starting the tour overseas, you know, and then coming back to Australia and then coming back to Tassie. But I think I'll just cool my jets and just stick to mainland Australia for starters. But yeah, no, there's some plans in the works for a solo acoustic tour, like coming through, you know, from September to November probably, which will be a national thing.
Yep.
And then going out with the band, the full band, in January, February, and we'll treat that like national as well. So definitely coming over to Adelaide for that.
Awesome. Good. They've got some amazing venues, you know, for, you know, this kind of music, this style of music is just, you know, we're perfectly set up for it. So you must come to Adelaide. The audience is here.
Already there.
Now, excitedly, in October, just this year, which is only what, we're 3 months away, your first album will be coming out, which is called Black Dogs and Songbirds, which of course will have the new single on it, Wash Off the World. Tell us the inspiration behind the new album. Tell us the kind of music that we're going to expect to hear on the album.
Yeah, it's a very varied album. I'd like to, you know, I think of it as like a real album, which I guess it seems to be going out of fashion at the moment. People are just like dropping singles and EPs and little trying to get the algorithm or something. But for me, I just wrote it because I wanted to make an album that I wanted to listen to. So it was really, it's filled with different styles and influences. So you've got songs like, it's probably difficult to explain because we've only dropped one single. So there's one style there, which is like your big epic sound. But there are ballads on there. There are really soft, really stripped back ones. There's alternative, like Soundgarden-y type songs, you know, semi-country, maybe Paul Kelly, Powderfinger type vibes on there. You know, and then others that sound like Josh Pike or Missy Higgins. So it's kind of a really, it goes on a bit of a journey. It's like a light and shade, heaven and hell type of ride. Yeah, so, but it's been so fun in the making. Like, it was just an absolute pleasure to do. I kind of started off with nearly 30 songs and then whittled those down to 11.
Yeah, wow.
So just picking the ones that really hit hard. So yeah.
So those songs that didn't quite make this album, are they ones that you keep in your pocket for maybe next time round?
Yeah, there would be a couple there, and there's, you know, like when you're writing songs, you also, for me, I just make demos. I just do lots and lots of demos. So if I don't kind of put down an idea, I'll literally forget the whole thing in about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, I have to record it forever. So there's lots of ideas, and you know, sometimes when you do that and you're always writing music and doing demos, it's like creating a Frankenstein out of like 3 different songs. You'll find sections that didn't really fit with that one, but if you take that part from there and stick that on there, you've got a wicked song. So that'll be a bit of that from this last process, but going into the next one, yeah, there's also some really good new ideas coming out. So feeling super creative at the moment. Yeah, it's good.
Now, you've touched on the fact that you will be doing a solo tour, an acoustic tour, you know, the November, October kind of period this year, and then the full band experience January, February-ish next year. But when you're doing that tour, are you going to be bringing any vinyls on the road to sell? Or
yeah, actually, yeah, because the album's not released until the 30th of October, but I am going to be doing some solo shows leading up to there.
Yep.
Just because it just tied in with scheduling a few different things. But yes, there will be vinyls and CDs at the physical shows that I'll be selling only physically, in person.
I'm looking forward to that. I'll buy one.
Yeah.
Do you find doing the process of doing the cover art for the, you know, the CDs or the, you know, the vinyls, whatever, do you enjoy that process as well?
I'm terrible with visual art. I love visual art, but it's not within my wheelhouse. So yeah. I'm about sound and stuff. But what we did with the album art was actually my tattoo artist Saskia Charles. She works out of a tattoo shop in Kew in Victoria, and I was getting some work done there, and I'd noticed during COVID lockdowns, when all the tattoo artists couldn't do anything, Saskia was painting these beautiful paintings, like these surreal kind of trippy, you know, like out there kind of things. And so I asked her to do the album art for the Bully Hay record, and she was kind of asking me for guidance. Well, what do you actually want? And I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe you listen to these songs and you paint what you hear. And so I just kind of threw the reins to Saskia, and she did that, and she's made this beautiful artwork. Yeah, so, you know, these flowers with the eyes. And, you know, it's kind of cool.
Well, the single, obviously, that's released thus far on Spotify, I've seen the cover art for the single. It's incredible. That's beautiful.
Yeah, well, that's taken. So the cover art for the single is like one of the little flowers that Saskia's done on the actual album cover.
Yeah, awesome.
The cover is like this beautiful art piece of a woman kind of like laying between these flowers.
Yeah,
but all the flowers have these weird little eyes coming out. So we plucked one of those and that's the single art for Wash Off the World.
Very organic. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, so when you're producing, this is a double question. when you are producing your music, what comes first, the music or the lyrics? And then what has actually inspired this whole album?
Okay. So I'll do the first one first. So the creative process is for me always music first. I'm all about the musical progression. And so I'll actually, whatever instrument I'm playing at the time, I'm building the structure, and then I'm usually singing nonsense over the top. So the melody of the vocal is created, and then the lyrics come later. And I often don't know what I'm writing about until I've finished the song, and then I listen to myself and go, "Oh, you got problems." That's like a bit of therapy sometimes. So that's a fun process. Sometimes I'll write to purpose, but most of the time I'm just letting it come out from somewhere, and sometimes surprised with what I'm talking about, but it's okay. Yeah, so there's that, but also, so your other question was about what was about the production side?
Inspiration. Well, where'd the inspiration for the whole album come from?
Yeah, so I'd actually kind of put music on the back burner for maybe 8 to 10 years. I continued to write, but didn't do anything publicly for quite a long time. And I had the opportunity to meet Jeff Martin from the Tea Party.
Yeah.
And which was just like a stroke of absolute luck, meeting him through a friend of a friend in Tassie, getting to go to one of his shows, getting to go backstage after and to the after party and actually hang out with him and learn a bit about him.
Yeah.
Keep it cool because that's like my actual favourite band ever. So try not to destroy any of my image or whatever. Anyway, he offered to produce this record. So he was like, "Oh, I love your music, and come up and stay with me, and we'll make your songs." And because I didn't realise he was a producer, but geez, like apart from his own stuff, incredible. And so if anyone was going to get me off the couch and get out there, it'd be him. So it really came about because of that offer, and it just put the fire in the belly again. I got really excited about it and just started writing all these new songs, and so it inspired me to no end.
So who are you listening to at the moment? Like, who are you listening to inspire, your creative process? If you were going to go and put on something on the vinyl, on the record player right now, what would you put on?
Well, lately it's been the war on drugs. I've been like right into the war on drugs. This kind of sometimes psychedelic-y sounding mix of Bob Dylan and Dire Straits or something. Like that mishmash. Really loving that. So a bit of that, and I've came across another UK band called Wonder Horse. So kind of getting to those guys. It's kind of bringing back this 90s kind of rock vibe that I get into. And probably thirdly, I always kind of come back to Paul Kelly, and like I've just kind of, because he's the godfather of Australian singer-songwriters. So he's just I love his lyrics, and he's got that ability to like say one sentence and put you right there, like, and make you feel it. Yeah, so a bit of a mishmash.
So, anybody, whether it be a singer, songwriter, producer, who is someone on your dream list that you would love to collaborate with?
I would probably say Bernard Fanning.
Good call.
Yeah, it's always, I mean, Powderfinger in one sense, but also Bernard Fanning's solo stuff's been like a little soundtrack that's kind of plugged away in the back of my mind for a long time. And he also has that kind of innate lyrical thread to his music that sometimes is direct and sometimes it's out there. So like he's either saying something or he's being obscure, and you make your own meaning out of it, which I really love in a song, where you don't know really what it's about, but you've got an idea and you make it yours as the listener. And sometimes they tell you what it means, and you're like, "Oh no, don't ruin it for me."
Yeah, don't ruin it.
Yeah, that's really amazing. Yeah.
So the album is assumably put to bed now, all done and dusted. So what do you do now? Do you rehearse getting ready for the tour, or are you writing new material for upcoming projects? What does Bully do with his days right now?
Yeah, so we know that, yep, the album's wrapped and ready to go. We're releasing a couple more singles before October. So the focus at the moment is the next song, which is Black Dogs and Songbirds. It's the title track.
Yeah,
so
cool.
that one, we just filmed a music video for that on Saturday.
Yep.
And then that's dropping on the 25th of July. So there'll be a video and a new single there. That's a much different, more kind of quieter, ballady, bit sad kind of song. And then there'll be one more song after that, and then the album. So we're kind of dropping a bit just to keep the excitement and interest up there. Then it's rehearsing like crazy.
Yeah.
Because some of these songs are like a big, we need a six-piece band to play them, live. I can do them all solo, and they have their own magic on their own. But for the full band, it's like we got to be like right to get it right. So yeah.
I'm looking actually forward to seeing the acoustic version of the tour and also the big band version of the tour.
Yeah.
But let's backtrack one question. You mentioned about the video clip. Do you enjoy the process of doing the music video clips?
It depends. So the film clip for Wash Off the World was super fun.
Yeah.
But when you do these video clips, like if you're playing a song live, it's like you feel like you've nailed it, and they're just like, just do one more, just do another one now. Okay, yeah, I think we've got that, but we've got a bit of time. Just let's do it again. So you end up playing 20 times in a row, and until that one, like my fingers were bleeding at the end of that.
And you probably get to the point where it's like, I don't want to hear this song ever again.
Yeah, I was like, I'm so sick of my own music. It's not funny. But the Black Dogs and Songbirds film clip, the one we just did on the weekend, was a real joy to do.
Yeah, cool.
Because that was more cinematic. When I'm in a little tinny rowboat, like down on the Tasman Peninsula in the winter, with just like dead calm water and the sun coming down under these trees. So could do that every day. It was awesome.
Do you enjoy the process of, like, when you're able to, deliver your music with a video clip? Do you enjoy the fact that you're able, with that video clip, being able to, promote how wonderful and lovely Tasmania is to the world?
Yeah. I mean, I'm proud of Tassie in that sense, and lucky to be here, like in this clean environment and all of that. And just being from down here and having like a pretty deep family history down here, it's nice to go in that film clip. I know where it is. Like I could look at it and go, oh yeah, that's that spot, and then get to share that with people that have never been here is kind of fun. Yeah, I love that idea.
Now, Bully, I got to ask you, I mean, it's Bully by name, not Bully by nature, surely.
No, I'm not actually a bully.
Good. So what defines you? Who is Bully Hay?
Well, bully, I'll tell you about the name first, because like bully, in the sense, like the old meaning of the word bully is not actually a bully. It's like a bully, or like a sailor, a larrikin, cheeky lad, So that was kind of it. And it was also the nickname of my great uncle, Bully Hay, who was he fought in World War II. He was one of the rats of Tobruk. So it was nice to kind of think of him and in a way kind of get that back out there. Because my name's John O'Coleman. So and I couldn't really call myself John O'Coleman because he was that radio presenter guy. So let's just not confuse people and go with that. Yeah. But yeah, it's just like a throwback to the old fun adventure kind of day.
I love it. Well, hey, what an absolute pleasure chatting to you. I look, seriously cannot wait to catch up with you when you do your tour in Adelaide. Hopefully you come to Adelaide with an acoustic one, and obviously the big one with the band. But I'm super keen to meet you face to face. All the best with the single, which is Wash Off the World. It is available now, everybody. I'll put the links in this post. And of course, when the new album comes out in end of October, which is called, everyone, Black Dogs and Songbirds, look out for it. It's going to be a killer. Bully, nice chatting with you, and I look forward to catching up with you very soon.
Thank you, Marcus. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, my friends.